Okay,
Yay.
we're live. Yuri says we're live, so we're live. We were just talking about the fact that, and this is something that I really want to get people at home's opinions on. Yuri, here's my phone. The girl
Who robs people.
that came on the podcast with Selena, her friend, with the giant weird black tattoo that I thought was so sick.
Angel and the devil.
Yeah, that one. She wants to come on the podcast again, but she wants to come on with her dad.
When she says her dad, does she mean like her biological father or like my sugar dad?
Good question, because both would be kind of interesting.
We should have both come in.
Yeah. Oh,
Donnie!
Hey!
Jason!
Say
everyone that walks in.
The gang's all here. Donnie, I need 2 of them things. You got Venmo, right?
Yeah.
Gang. Everybody at home, Venmo me. So I can afford
Look at Josh in his
weed.
nice pink revenge hoodie. He looks like a dad. He looks like a SoundCloud dad on Easter.
The people at home can't tell that Josh is dressed up like a big white Easter egg. He's looking like a fucking
But like
total.
a SoundCloud one.
He's pasteled out. Anyway, I want to know the
Yes.
people at home's thoughts. Should we have? And that girl does porn, by the way. And she has done.
Did you watch any of her videos?
I just saw a screenshot of it, and so she says her dad. I don't know if it's her daddy or her actual dad. The dad is what I'm interested in. I want to have some 40-year-old tweaker come on here with his daughter and just like try to explain her bragging about robbing dudes on the podcast. You know, I like that idea. I hate when people judge us for having like tweaking ass people on here. That's fun to me.
Yeah, I mean, it makes a lively and entertaining conversation, in my opinion.
It's like Dr. Phil. It's not like Dr. Phil wants to go to dinner with everybody that he has on his show, but you know that it's enjoyable to spend some time in the realm of somebody who's a little unhinged.
Let's be real. It's clickbait. And it's interesting. It's a little bit exploitative, but I mean, they want to exploit themselves.
They do.
They're asking to be on it.
How was your
Speaking
weekend?
of, before we move on from this,
first.
another person I would actually love to have on this podcast is Aaron Carter's security.
Oh,
I want to know. I have so many questions.
We have to wait till he quits, though.
I know. He asked me if I ever need any security.
Yeah, he asked me that too.
Really?
Yeah, there's an amazing edit that somebody made on that I quote tweeted on my Twitter right now, where it's just basically Aaron Carter just saying crazy shit to a security guard, and the video is so fun. I'm having a really hard time keeping up with everything that's going on with Aaron Carter.
He's moving to Canada, Nova Scotia, I think.
I mean, he tricked me. He made me think that he got arrested, which I guess wasn't true. I think that was a plot for a video.
And then also, apparently, it's kind of semi-confirmed that the chain he traded Logan Paul was $15.
Yeah. And that makes me really wonder about how much the chain that he gave me is worth.
How about we buy a real diamond tester on Amazon Prime and test it on air?
Because
everyone tune in next week.
That's the question is, does Aaron Carter have a fake diamond tester? Because
100%.
I think he used it on the chain that he then gave to Logan Paul.
He was like, you can even have the diamond tester.
See, there you go. I'm convinced. You know, I have at least one, possibly 2 different girls that have been hitting me up who want to come on the podcast to talk about Aaron Carter, including, remember when he made the video freaking out on me? There's like a girl, this cute girl in the video with him. This white girl. She got big old lips.
Wait, the one that was standing behind him.
Yes, that girl wants to come on the podcast. Keep in mind, that was like a week and a half ago. She wants to come on the podcast to talk about Aaron Carter. And I don't know. At a certain
should just
point,
call
it's like,
it the Aaron Carter podcast.
You know, like how deep into the Aaron Carter saga am I supposed to get? And I'm going to be totally honest with you. I didn't even know who Aaron Carter was until like 6 months ago. Maybe less. Because I'm just not really that clued into the like pop landscape.
Yeah, I mean, I'd like to have Nick Carter on the podcast, if anything.
Imagine
that would be an
that.
interesting one.
I feel like once you do an Aaron Carter interview, you're kind of voiding the chance that you're going to get a Nick Carter interview, especially since he seems like he's just trying to
avoid
ignore
all of that.
Restraining order, etc.
Yeah, no, 100%. That's me just throwing it out there because I was a huge BSB fan.
Right.
Yeah.
I was too. We're going to talk more about Aaron Carter. Actually, no, let's just do this right now since we're talking about Aaron
Courtney!
Carter. We'll have Yuri come in momentarily after Courtney does this round. Then we'll have Courtney come back. Courtney, get in here so you can talk about fighting Aaron Carter. This is going to be so good.
Fight.
We got to get this story in. So for those who don't know, Courtney is, I guess, just a friend of ours that I met through mutual acquaintances.
How did you guys meet? Because
I'm not actually going to tell that story because it might violate some cultural norms.
We got to wait 7 years.
You know,
making me feel weird about this.
It's nothing unethical.
You guys killed someone together.
Let's roll with that. Yeah, yeah. We caught a body together on behalf of.
A week ago.
Who, Aaron Carter?
So How do you feel when you first saw the Aaron Carter interview? Because we did have you come in and kind of with the assumption that you were going to come on at some point to just talk to Aaron Carter. That didn't end up happening, but then you basically got into a confrontation with him afterwards.
Which, by the way, I think I started that, so I apologize.
Okay.
Because I was like, that guy right there had some grievances against
We
you.
can show the video on the screen for people who are watching this after the fact. Oh wait, no.
I did feel like you dying me out, but it's cool. So
I thought it was content. I was like, we're missing content. We need. Sorry.
Nah, it's all good. So when I saw the first interview, I was like, all right, I've been up all night in LA a few times, and I've seen this look on people's faces before. And this motherfucker is off the shits. Like,
what do you think he's on? As somebody who presumably knows quite a bit about what people look like when they're on narcotics, what was it about him? Did he just seem like he was on some shit?
He looked like he was on really strong bad coke, or he couldn't handle his Adderall, or he said, fuck it, I'm about to break bad and I'm about to hit this Heisenberg real quick. I feel like he was straight off the meth maybe, but
you know what the thing is though, is that he actually passed a drug test on Doctors, that the show Doctors. He passed a drug test like
Fake
relatively recently. Oh my god, if he got away with fake piss on them. No, but it did come back positive for opiates, and then he blamed that
on his teeth,
on the fact that he like got punched in the face and his jaw or whatever. But the thing is that the one thing that Aaron Carter doesn't seem like he's on are opiates. He got a whole lot of energy. The meth thing I could see. I'm not saying Adderall is the one thing that I've primarily thought maybe he's on, but then he passed that drug test, so I'm kind of like, I don't know.
he back on that computer dust shit, yo. He off whatever Steve-O and Fousey was on. That's what
Fousey was on
Fousey?
Adderall, I think. Yeah, he got off all of his like the lithium and all that other stuff, and then he got on
lithium,
Adderall.
like batteries.
I don't know. He was on all kinds of like antidepressant
That's what that
type
nigga
shit.
Aaron Carter was on. He was smoking batteries for sure.
I mean, there's some people out there who not taking drugs can make them crazier than what other people would be like on drugs.
Because I was gonna say, what about his explanation for like killing his brain so much from the huffing dust that it's just all fucked up in there and trying to repair itself? I thought that could be an option. No, not at all. Okay.
I mean, long term like drug abuse is definitely gonna fuck you up one way or another, you know?
Yeah, fuck. I think it was on the doctor show. He was saying he was taking some crazy thing to like repair all his insides. Oh, and the drinking and whatever happened. Like his whole organs are like a 90-year-old man or something.
Right. Okay, so let's get into the actual confrontation. How did this play out?
All right, so after watching the interview, I text Adam. I'm like, yo, this dude is off the shits. He needs somebody to just give him a good talking to real quick. And I'm thinking, you know, I'm just passing along the word for you to say something to him. But then you're like, yo, come on by, dude. He'll be here at this time. I'm like, oh, shit, all right, cool. So I start gathering up my material, stuff like that. I'm watching all his interviews, and I'm like, all right, cool. Worst come to worst, I'm going to just roast the shit out this dude.
I'm such a bad friend that I had you come through, and then I forgot to actually have you come through, to actually come on camera. And then you
I changed my mind
There's
quickly.
a lot going on.
You didn't want to get involved while you were watching it?
No, when I got here and I was on the couch, I was just like, all right, he seems like he's really interested in fighting somebody now that he got a face tat. And I didn't feel like fighting Aaron Carter, dude. Like, my hood had never let me live that shit down. Whether I win or I lose.
Like a lose-lose situation.
Yeah, it's a lose-lose situation. Like, if I
Well,
go
he
back,
has the security guard, so it's like, unless you were going to take it to another level,
they
then...
wasn't secure
But-
and shit. Man.
But speaking on the
I would
security
have had
guard,
to beat all three of them niggas to score points
That
off of
would've
beating up
got-
Aaron Carter.
are you friends with the security guard now, though? I saw you guys follow each
Yo,
other.
the big dude is mad cool. Like, he's mad cool. His name is Mario. That
Yeah,
dude is
Mario.
mad cool.
Shout out to Mario.
He's
Shout out to
funny.
all them
my
dudes.
new
They were
friend.
super tight. They seem like they are all stressed the fuck out.
Dude,
So-
as soon as they came in, I was like, yo, y'all niggas want some Mentos, some Skittles or something, because like they was sweating and shit. You could tell that they had it rough hanging out with this dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god! Wait, so how did the actual fight take place? Though, what did he say to you?
So basically, at the end of the shit, Cam girl was like,
Sorry.
Courtney had some grievances he wanted to air out. Come on up, Court. And I was just like, nah, I changed my mind. I'm good. Basically, just because I didn't want to end up fighting this dude, because I know how I am and I know how he thinks he is now that he has a face tat. So everything dies down. He's about to leave, and then he comes back to me. He's like, hey, dude, you had something you wanted to say? And I was just like, damn, I really should just roast his ass right now. ooh, I should roast his ass. But then I was like, nah, let me chill. Let me say something nice. So I was like, you need to surround yourself with people
I heard you say that.
who are going to tell you no or tell you when you do something bugged out. So he goes, what do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? And he's looking at me with his father's eyes or whatever he calls that shit. And then he's like, you don't tell me what to do, bro. And I was like, dude, all I'm saying is if you do some bugged out shit, you need to let somebody, or you need to have somebody around you to let you know when you bugging out. And he's like, well, what did I do that was bugged out? I was like, you got Rihanna tatted on the side of your fucking face, bro. That's wild. That shit don't even look like her. It's nasty when you think about it.
But why everybody else got face tattoos? Why are we going so hard on Aaron Carter for getting one?
Maybe that's how he's feeling in the moment. Want to
Yeah,
commemorate.
but you can't feel like a permanent face tat in the moment, like. And that shit it wasn't a good face tat. He covered up a lot of his face, which is like he's the type of dude that's gonna regret that.
Craziest shit is that he wanted to get it like in the middle of his face, and that Rock Roll G fucking talked him out of it.
What do you mean in the middle of his face?
I don't know, but I know that whatever they did,
Yeah.
he wanted it to be more.
That's insane.
And that they talked him out of it.
And he paid $5,000 for that bullshit. And the dude is nice that did the tattoo.
No, yeah.
He's good at tattooing.
He's great.
But
And also, I'm not going to lie, he's tattooed me for free before. So I thought it was pretty funny.
he
Aaron
pulled
Carter's
the
for like
TJX6 level scam on Aaron, though. Like, that was a fine finesse.
I guess as a tattoo artist, you could just tell when somebody got some money to spend,
it's
maybe.
like the,
That was a
$60 gram type shit.
Big finesse.
$60 gram. That's a bargain?
What?
How much you think Aaron Carter paid for his weed?
$60? No,
About
that's not a
60
bargain. That's the
gram?
opposite of a bargain.
You're talking about weed?
Weed.
Oh, I'm talking about coke.
Oh.
$60
No,
for a gram is normal
sorry,
as fuck.
cokehead.
No, I'm just thinking that you're talking about coke because you don't smoke
No,
weed.
it's like
And I've
those-
seen you do coke mad times.
I've never done coke in my life. And I'm talking about those memes on fucking Twitter where the kids are wearing like polo shorts and like, haha, you can get it with 60
But that's
a gram.
20 a gram. 60 is ridiculous. 60 could never happen for a gram. That's why I assumed you meant coke.
Next subject.
So back to Aaron. So he's telling me I can't tell him what to do, and I was like, bro, you asked me what I had to say. I said it to you. I'm done. So he's like, well, opinions are like assholes. We all have them. And like, yo,
That's a good bar
bro,
in a fight.
I ain't interested in speaking assholes with Aaron Carter. Like, so I'm good on all of that. So I was just like, bro, you're not gonna talk assholes. Like, I'm not about to talk assholes with you. And then he's like, oh, whatever. And then he stands up, and then he's like, you know what? I got something for you. And then he starts
An
going,
asshole.
He started reaching to his pants.
Yeah, he starts reaching into his pants. So I jump
wow.
up.
In your mind at that moment, what were the odds that he had the blicky on him?
Yo, the way this nigga was acting now that he got a face tat, and he kept mentioning like, oh, I got a face tat now. People are gonna see me like this. I'm like, yo, chances are he's so off his shit right now. He probably do got a gun on him. And as a person who's been shot before, I ain't about to get shot again by Aaron Carter. Fuck out of here.
Your hood really won't let that down.
Yo, they would not let that shit go down, bro. I would have to haunt this nigga or something, because he would have to kill me. If Aaron Carter shoot me, I'm taking the gun and I'm shooting his ass back.
Wait, so you see him reaching for his blicky, his backstreet blicky, and what is that good? Is that dad joke?
That was hard.
Dads don't know
That
about
was
blickies.
funny.
That was good.
That was funny.
Yes. Hey, doesn't Courtney have like a mall type presence?
Yes, I love it. He's very calming presence. I love
It
it.
reminds me of mall.
I want to know how you guys met, but we can get into that
We
later.
can talk about that later. So okay.
Yeah, so I'm thinking, fucking Aaron got the stiffia. And then
The bit blicky with the sticky.
yeah, he got the blicky on him. I'm like, oh, this nigga about to clap me. This is
That
gonna
would
be the
not have been
worst way
good.
to die. Like,
I don't want you getting shot, and I don't want anyone getting shot in here. But at the same time, I wish Aaron Carter had the beam on him.
I'm a death-defying ass nigga, Adam. I done did some shit in my life, bro. Like, I really
Just
done defied the
Matrix
shit
it?
out of some death in my life. But if Aaron Carter thought he was about to kill me, I would have grew some wings and superpowers, and something would have happened, bro. I would have smacked his soul out his fucking body or something.
I
sure.
think Aaron Carter is a leg shot kind of guy, or maybe even shoot in the sky. Like I don't think he's going for the dome. I think he's probably going to shoot you in the
Yeah,
thigh.
he would have had to kill me and my ghost. 'Cause-
Pretty quickly, Mario
Yeah.
jumped in to save the situation.
Yeah, so Mario jumps in to save the situation, and then once he sees that this big Samoan dude is in between us, he's like, no, let me at him, bro. He tried to come at me. And at that point, I'm like, bro, you got your phone out. You trying to start an Instagram live.
Oh, yeah, I
I'm not
remember
going to be
that.
sitting there with you on live. So I sat down and I acted like I was rolling up some weed because I wasn't gonna let him put me on the internet looking stupid, bro.
Wow. So he wasn't already on live? I thought he was already on live.
Nah, he was trying to start it up, but his fucking bum ass Metro PCS couldn't turn on because he leaked his own number like a dickhead.
That
shit
was so
still,
funny. What
bro,
did he
that
think
shit
was gonna
still
happen?
blamming. His phone was going crazy. He pulled his phone out and that shit was just flashing like 20 different names.
He
He's
said
trying
that
to go on live.
literally the entire interview is just
Yeah.
tapping the red button.
There's a lot going on. Has he tried to contact you on that number?
Nah, I stopped texting him on that. No, I never was really texting him that much in the first place. But yo, so there's a really okay. So then his security starts like basically whispering into his ear, telling him.
What was he saying? I was trying to like listen to it.
He's saying like, they're filming. You don't want to do this. They're filming. It's gonna be on the news. Don't do it. No.
Josh was looking at me like, there's film this, and I was like, I'm scared.
Bro, Keemstar would have had a field day with that ass whooping I was going to give Aaron.
Keemstar
for sure.
hasn't even weighed in on the Aaron Carter thing at all. He's not really in the.
Bro, he would have weighed in on that ass whooping for sure.
Okay,
I
but
was
so
going to foosy his face for sure.
so then he gets out of there, and then he starts hitting you up.
Yeah,
Shut up.
It
didn't end there?
This is why it's
bro,
so good.
I followed his security guard on Instagram and Twitter, some shit like that. So he's like, his security guard DMs me. He's like, bro, Aaron wants to talk to you. And I'm like, damn, I should go home and I should record this shit. But I don't be doing all of that. You know, I'm going to leak this, whatever.
You haven't become truly one with the content just yet. Once you become one with the content,
Hanging out with you, he's gonna
Bro,
turn into that.
I was really about that. I said, fuck it, I'm gonna record this shit, and then my other phone had died. So this is why, like, I started recording it. I got like a little piece of video, but this dude was shook, man. He was like, "Yo, I see, you know what you got going on. You dressed in all your blue. I know who you represent, who you down with, and I don't want no problems with you or your people. Nobody in your set." And
you're set.
Yeah, and I was just like, what the fuck are you talking about, bro? I'm not in no gang. I never banged a gang in my life.
But isn't your Twitter like almost Crip?
Yeah, but it ain't definitely
It's just a
Crip
joke.
from this street, nigga.
But you're from like a Crip. Is that what that means? Just like you're from a Crip area, but you're not like claiming it super tough?
I'm literally a black guy that wears blue all the time, and that's it. So people assume
Like a
that I'm
Dodger.
Crip. Yeah, I got an angry looking face compared
pretty
to
nice.
most happy looking niggas, but like a lot of people out in LA, they'll assume that I'm in a gang. I got a bunch of tattoos. Like it's easy to mistake me as a gangbanger. So
Especially if you're Aaron Carter.
yeah, especially if you
And you're
bum
really
ass
in the
Aaron
streets.
Carter,
Nah,
yeah.
you really.
Yeah, and then your Twitter name.
Yeah,
Aaron
my
Carter
Twitter,
knows
yeah.
all the G's.
So he's
I
just
thought
like,
wasn't he saying he was affiliated with everyone?
He tried to make it sound like he might be a blood low key. We got to figure that out. We
He's
got
a-
to find his OG. You think Wack 100 put him on?
No.
No?
Black 100 is about to call this nigga for sure. They gonna extort the shit out this nigga.
I like that.
Shit.
Blueface
At that
featuring Aaron
point-
Carter.
Shit, at that point, I was thinking like, damn,
Miracle
I should,
Lemonade.
but I was thinking I should extort the shit out this nigga right now. I was like, this is the perfect time for me to shoddy Treyway the shit out of him and act like I'm somebody and just say, yeah, now you got to deposit 50 in my account,
Bro.
or else I'm gonna have Blueface and all them niggas that
Oh my
y'all-
God! Tell him that I'm gonna send all the Crips for you. I'm gonna have Blueface, Roddy Ricch, and Snoop Dogg coming to your crib, right?
Papa Smurf, everybody, any nigga that ever wore blue.
Oh my God!
But then I was just like, bro, I don't know what the hell you talking about, man. I was like, look, I ain't got no problems with you. I assumed that you was reaching for a gun, and that's how everything escalated. But before that, I really didn't want to argue with nobody like you.
How long you think you could hang out with Aaron Carter if you were to try to like pull this move? That obviously we're just talking in jest, but if you were to like, you think you could handle like being his boy for a couple weeks just for the bag?
Bro, I done hung out with niggas way crazier than Aaron Carter just because they was putting money in my pocket.
Yeah.
So yeah, if it's just for the bag, hell yeah, I can hang out with Aaron Carter. Me and that nigga could be best friends, damn near fake cousins, if the bag right.
I'm not
What
even
if he asked you to be a third security guard?
every day,
I'll fake secure him.
12 hours a day.
Cause ain't shit gonna happen to him. Man. Nothing is gonna happen to him. He gonna get himself into the worst shit he could get himself into. If he don't do nothing, ain't shit gonna happen.
Myself, I would hang out with Aaron Carter just for the love of the game. I fuck with him.
Yeah,
That's
I
my
really
boy.
Nah, I seen that nigga on Instagram Live playing drums at 4:30 a.m. As long as he let me go home, because he don't let them two niggas that be
That's
with
what
him
I'm
go
saying.
home.
I
don't
just
get to
like
go
wonder.
home?
I want to know. I have so many questions. Like, what time is like? Do they have a bedtime, or
Well,
do they have to be up when he's up?
I mean, the 1 foot was working at Best Buy, so if he's staying in a mansion in the hills or whatever with Aaron Carter,
That
I
shit
mean,
ain't a mansion. It's just
it
a
ain't.
house.
Oh,
It's
well,
just
shit.
a
It's probably
house,
it's
bro.
probably nicer than where he was living when he was working at Best Buy.
It's just a house.
Not
and
to
he
say
probably
anything about
rent
Best
that
Buy.
shit.
Well,
Yeah.
apparently, he's buying a castle in Canada now.
Castle.
But
He refers to it as a castle.
If he moves out of LA, it's gonna really fuck up my
Aaron Carter
plans.
need a fucking dictionary if that's the castle.
I want to get Aaron Carter with Rico Reckless, and I want to get Aaron Carter with Selena Powell. Those are the two dream podcasts that I would love to do, just because it would be like so epic. It would be like
Oh my god.
because Selena Powell went to his house to fuck him, and then she started Snapchatting and shit. Okay, two different versions of the story. He said that she was Snapchatting, so he kicked her out. She says that she realized he wasn't in the Backstreet Boys, so she didn't want to give him any pussy.
But
I kind of believe
I
Selena.
believe both of them. I believe all that shit
Yeah.
happened. I believe
Yeah.
she went over there. She was acting weird. He didn't want her there.
Yep.
I believe she genuinely figured out who he was and decided to not give him some pussy. It's all possible.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he probably did kick her out, but it probably wasn't for Snapchatting so much as not giving him pussy.
He one of them niggas that'll kick you out while you're leaving. So
I would love
I
to
think
get
that's what he did.
I would love to get a review on Aaron Carter as a lover. I would just like to know what the pipe game is like or what he's able to deliver. You know,
Bro,
Ask
ask one of these dudes.
Trisha.
ask one of these dudes.
That's one of these two.
Bro, I'm not even like on the LGBT hate, but I made so many bisexual jokes since I found out that Aaron Carter was bisexual, son.
But he said he's bisexual, and then he said he kissed a dude one time. He said that he
You
never.
could be bisexual.
Yeah, I mean that's cool, but at the same time, I feel like if I'm gonna be running around the street saying I'm bisexual, I better have piped
Man,
or gotten piped.
only girls are bisexual. I'm gonna leave it at that. Actually, I'm not
I
gonna
don't
leave it
believe
at
that.
that. Only girls is bisexual, man. If you a guy and you even leaning towards some dicks, you gay, bro. You just gay, my nigga.
But what
Like,
if you also like vagina? Not possible.
but which girl with a vagina is gonna let you? You can't dabble.
You know what is the weird thing is that, and I know that this might not be politically correct, but I think it's true, is that I could go mountain biking tomorrow. I'm not a mountain biker. I could go paint tomorrow. I'm not a painter. You suck one dick.
I hate this
You're gay for
analogy.
the rest of your life. It's just kind of like
I
different
have
rules
friends
from
that
everything
are-
else. Like
I have male friends that are bisexual and have a girlfriend, but
That's
they-
cool.
And their girlfriend knows.
Yes.
But even if they were to turn it off and just become all women for the rest of their life,
What?
when it
Okay.
comes down to the locker room talk with the boys,
Fuck the boys.
Adam,
He's
you-
gay.
Do you think Leonard will let you dabble? Like, would she let you dick dabble?
I don't think she could handle that at this point in the relationship. I think if I came into the relationship like, yeah, suck a dick now and then, I think she'd be cool, but I think it would be too much of a change from everything she knows about me. That I'm just not really trying to suck a wiener.
And that's what I'm saying.
It's just like if you're down to even suck one dick, it's just kind of like a line in the sand that
And I
like
think nobody
because
would-
every guy is so boring sexually, like for the most part. Almost every guy I know, it's just they don't have like a weird thing. So
How
it's
you
like
know every guy you know, but like how you know about the sex of every guy you know, Adam?
no, you're right because I feel like a lot of dudes are capping. Like if dudes do have a weird sexual thing, for the most part, you just don't know until some DMs
I
leak.
think Aaron Carter only went as far as he did with a guy because no guy was trying to let him suck his dick, bro. You see what type? You want that nigga sucking your dick, bro?
You don't think Yuri will give it up?
Bro, even Yuri is too smart to let Aaron Carter suck it.
I don't think you realize how thirsty for some clout Yuri is. All right.
Yuri
Speaking
and
of
Yuri
Yuri,
are
let's
best
get Yuri in here for a little bit. We're gonna switch out Courtney. Courtney's gonna come back momentarily.
Yuri.
We're gonna
I
talk to
get what
Yuri.
you mean by the mall vibes.
What
I
mall
like
vibes?
it. Mall
Oh,
vibes.
mall. I think
Mall.
only mall.
Yuri.
Yuri.
Look at this new fucking
Eureka.
Eureka.
Why don't we call him that?
You
Last
guys-
name K.A.
You guys couldn't have given me a better intro, I guess.
Eureka.
Jesus Christ.
Anybody ever
Eureka.
called you that?
I've heard so many other variations of Eureka or in Yuri. Urine, urination, urinal. People say urination in the chat sometimes.
I say Yuri. I
Urination.
say Yuri and Curry.
Urination is the best one I've heard
That's
yet.
I don't think I would
funny as
ever.
fuck.
I don't think I'd ever go with
Also,
that.
your
though.
last name sucks. It's too like long and hard.
Bro,
That's the same thing with every Russian
harmonious
last name.
man. Let's
Oh
fuck
my
with the
God.
fucking urination. That's hilarious.
Change my YouTube channel to urination.
How many times have I told you to change your YouTube
I'm
name?
gonna change it soon.
People
but
can
That's
hardly. People can't
hilarious.
spell harmonious.
Nobody
I know,
knows
but
what
that's
that
not my
means.
fault. That's the public schools education fault in America.
No, it's
You're
your
not even
fault.
from here. You're from Russia. Worry
I
about
came
your
when I
own
was-
country.
I came when I was
Also,
2 years old.
urination is so much
He's about to
better.
join the squad. Hey, if it's so shitty here, why don't you go back to your country? Hey, I'm going to trump your ass out of here.
Also,
People in my
nice,
country are
nice
probably smarter.
TJX6 shirt. Want
Thank
to show the
you.
people?
Hey, we both have
Oh my
them.
god,
Oh,
look
you're
at
right.
you two.
NoJumper.com available
That's
right
true.
now for a limited time. Hey,
And they're
with,
selling
Very
out
nice
soon.
shirts,
with
guys.
that being said, let's get started on this topic, which is definitely going to be a clip.
You guys scam together?
No, yes, we're going to hit them all. No, we're not. We're going to
Okay.
hit NoJumper.com and use promo code SPLIFs for 10% off.
Which has been the fucking code for 3 months.
Hey man, any of those old codes, they all work. Whatever. I just want to talk about what me and Yuri did today because okay, so first off, I was at the kendama contest
Okay.
for 4 days or whatever, nonstop kendama. I thought that I was gonna get back and have a nice day in the office, be able to really get my email cleaned up, do a couple of interviews. That was today, but then I get a call right before I leave Minneapolis, and it's a police officer, and he says, "Are you available to come into court tomorrow?" And
What?
I'm like. I'm like, about what? And he goes, it's about the guy who ran up in your store with a gun. And I said, which one? And
Oh
he
my
laughed,
God.
which is a good sign. Whenever if you can make a cop laugh, it's pretty good, right?
That means they're probably on your side.
Yeah, at least a little bit. But anyway, so the cop laughed, felt good about myself for that. And then the cop said, he's like, oh, it was the first guy, the one who was on the live stream, whatever. And I'm like, okay, yeah, I'll come into court for that one. Because, like, for me, honestly, like, I just feel like I want to have a little bit of closure with that situation because still, after all this time, I don't know what the hell the motivation was.
Exactly.
That's
Yeah.
the most important thing. And then also, I have so many people who swore online that it was fake. And it's like, when those people say that, I don't really have like a good go-to explanation because I would like to be able to say, this is the dude. He was in court. He got in trouble for this. He said this. This was his motivation, etc. But I don't really have that because I don't even know why he did it, aside from maybe some kind of clout.
And even after
People-
today, we have even less closure because nothing.
Wait,
it was
before-
even.
We'll
weirder.
get to that, Yuri.
Okay.
Yuri.
So people
Okay.
still think it's fake even though they saw him like bloodied head on the ground?
Yes.
They think that
I've,
was a
I've had
stunt too?
I've had so many people
That's
DM me of my
insane.
friends like who watch my Instagram stories every day asking me, "Yo, so that was fake, right?" Yo, that
People
was
say
fake,
all the
right?
time, yeah, they have no idea.
And I'm like, dude,
That's
there's like
crazy.
you watched my Instagram story, you saw literally the night of the the whole occurrence, like
And
that
you-
shows
and
really.
you
I
know,
can't believe you were there. That's probably
I
like,
can't believe I was
the
there
best
either.
moment of
I
your life.
kind of get it
That's
because
not a good moment to be a part of.
We've done so many fake things on the podcast. Now, granted, none of it has ever been that serious, but we have, Fat Boy throwing the burger at me, Fat Boy dumping the soda on me. We did that one where all the Dragon Ball Z
That one was
dudes
fucking funny. I
fought
like
the
that one.
SoundCloud rappers.
Yeah.
We've done so many funny like pranks involving the interview setup that I don't blame people basically for thinking initially that it was fake, but it wasn't fake. The gun was fake, but whatever. Like all that leads up to me having to go to court today. It says 8:30, and so. Translation, I have to get up at basically 6:45 in the morning to go to this, which I really didn't want to do when I
Oh,
just got
downtown?
off a plane. Yeah, and so I have to sit in traffic. I drive all the way down to the court. We go in, and I get there. Yuri's a little bit late too, so that's okay. They're going through all these different cases. Me and Yuri, I think
Is
we're
Yuri
both.
your lawyer? Why does he have to be there?
They asked me to have anybody who was available to come
was
in.
there-
And I figured Yuri was probably a good option. So
Yeah.
we go down there, and at first we get to see like a bunch of other cases get dealt with. Which this was your first time ever in a courtroom, right?
Yeah, it was very strange. Nothing like
never
I would
been.
ever expect. It's very casual. People are getting very life-changing sentences in front of you happening within 10, 15
That's
minutes, and they just
crazy.
keep it moving.
Yeah.
Like
'cause
people
they
are
have to,
leaving the
like-
courtroom crying in tears, and they're like, next.
Yeah, there was this.
pretty
this
fucked.
like
Did you guys wear those shirts?
I came into literally a black tee and just some like regular pants.
I had a hoodie on.
Okay.
But
Because
then
I
you know
thought
the-
you had to like come dressed up and shit.
I was
But
worried about
the
that
only
too.
people who have to dress up are the people who are in trouble and
Yeah,
have
makes
to try to
sense.
make a good impression.
Yeah.
That's how I see it.
That makes sense.
Anyway, I just wore a hoodie,
So
whatever.
so what happened?
We go in, we watch a girl cry over a DUI. That was pretty crazy. Just like
Yeah.
we're sitting there, just sort of like observing. Jesus Christ, what the fuck did I?
That's so weird that you so
I keep
even if
burping.
you're not on that case specifically, like you could just be there and like watch.
I
cases
literally
go down,
walked
or
in
what?
and out of this courtroom like 5 times because I couldn't see Adam like when I first got there, and it was like casual as hell. I just kept going in and out,
There's, like,
and I
8
was
people in
I was
there. You're
expecting
blind.
someone to yell at me.
You
Yeah,
not
I-
have your glasses on?
I was looking for some dude with tattoos and I didn't see anything. I did have my glasses on, but I didn't.
I
for
was
some
wearing a
reason, I
hoodie,
didn't see.
so I guess you couldn't see the
Yeah,
tattoos.
probably,
I had
exactly.
to
It's
take my
probably the
hat
hoodie.
off. That was another thing. They made me take my hat off. Anyway, so then at some point, because I'm just staring at my phone, obviously, even though you're not supposed to be on your phone, and then the like I look up at some point, And I look over and I realize that the guy is sitting
killer.
right in front of us with his dad.
Ugh.
And so that was weird. And so, I say to Yuri, I'm like, that's the guy. And he's like, yeah, that's him. And then the super non-dramatic closure of this whole situation is that they were like, oh, yeah, like everything is postponed until November 8th. And you don't have to come in. I'm like, I don't have to come in. I'm like, I came in today and you did nothing involving me. You didn't ask me. Well, at one point, the lawyer did take me outside, like the court prosecutor or whatever, and he just asked me a bunch of questions that were like it was like 2 minutes of the most generic questions you could ever imagine of just like, did you ever talk to this guy before? How do we know it wasn't a prank? Like, was there blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, it's weird when you deal with people who are in this court system because you realize that they are just doing the bare minimum involved and they're so stretched. They're dealing with so much shit. They're so not invested. They so don't really even have a reason to care what's going to happen in these situations. Honestly, everybody in there had bad posture, and that's depressing. True. And it was just like...
Sounds like hell.
It's the worst vibe. We talk a lot about vibes.
There was like
horrible vibes.
Yeah, there was no
The
music
vibes were
playing.
off.
It was like dead silence.
No music playing in court. What a shocker.
Should it have like fucking elevator music at least?
I want to walk in there and have the Baja Men playing or like some Venga Boys or really
just,
like, yeah.
I've never been that bored since like high school, I think, to be honest. It was so bad. It was like high school times 20.
So you're not pressing, are you pressing charges?
It's
or
not
like
something where I have to press charges. It's not a lawsuit.
What
it's just
is
like
going on then? It's just like court appointed shit going on?
Yeah, the city or the state or whatever is pressing charges or is...
Because there was like a police
It's
report
the
and
people
stuff in
versus this kid.
The people, exactly.
Yeah,
It's not Adam 22.
Yeah, I mean, I've only heard about like court cases
I think
and watched them, and I can only imagine.
The weird thing is that he's going to watch this.
One perception that I had
At least
is
he doesn't know where we are right
Unless
now.
he's still grounded and his parents aren't letting him on the internet, which honestly would be a great
Is
idea.
he under 18?
I doubt it.
and I think he's older than 18.
Yeah.
But one thing I did notice when I saw him was many months ago when he came in and did that, he looked very, very skinny and like really frail.
Now he's fat?
Now no, it looks like he's like put on a little bit of weight. Like it looks like he almost like quit drugs and now put on. You know how when people quit drugs, they put on a little bit
So
of weight.
basically, now he can really beat you up.
No, it looks like he's a little bit healthier.
No.
I think he quit drugs or whatever. But I was expecting to see some sort of shame on his face or kind of like feeling guilty or anything like that.
I felt like
But
he looked embarrassed.
I kind of felt I felt that a little bit
Because
but
he's with
also
his dad, and his dad,
Yeah,
the look
yeah,
on his
exactly.
dad's face was just like,
I
not
wish-
stoked.
But sometimes
I
like
wish you guys had like the picture drawers, like the 6ix9ine shit. Like I want to see what
That
this
would've been
guy
fucking
and dad
funny.
I was
looks
thinking
like.
about sneaking a photo of the back of his head, but
he came in
bad.
he came in a way better suit than we did, and he came
He
an
had
hour
a
late.
suit.
I mean,
He had a
he had-
suit. I was wearing a hoodie.
Yeah,
Also,
we didn't have
like,
I can wear a
is
suit.
that allowed that you're allowed to be like that close to your
That's
killer?
what I was
Doesn't that seem
freaking out
weird?
about.
You're
Adam-
killer. He didn't kill me. we
You're
don't know that he
attempted-
killed
you're
anyone.
attempted killer.
Basically,
Attempted killer.
Adam didn't notice him at first, but when the lawyer took us out to the hallway to talk with us or whatever, he was already walking past us in the hallway, and I already was like, "Whoa, I think
that
that's
must
that
be
guy."
so scary.
When
And
we
then-
left,
I'd be terrified.
when we left, we were walking out
Oh
at the
my
same
God.
time, and I was like, Yuri, let's just stand here for a couple of minutes.
And
'cause,
not
like,
take the same
I'm
elevator.
watching him wait for the elevator. I'm like, I don't want to get an elevator with this dude. This is like already awkward as
That
fuck.
must be the most awkward
Dude.
elevator ride ever.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ! You
What if
tried
he
to
just
kill
went
me
up to you and
6
asked
months
you for a
ago.
picture?
Oh.
You didn't even know it was
Or
him.
just anything because
I
he
was
could have done
expecting
whatever.
him to go like, "Hey man, I'm sorry. I was really off the shits. You know what I mean? Like, quit doing drugs. Like, I
feel
don't know
like
what
that's
happened. Like, I apologize
worse
for
for
my
his court
actions."
case.
It was weird because
You're right. You're right. They're in the
He
middle of a case.
shouldn't- yeah, he shouldn't even, like,
it
talk
felt
to
like
him.
his dad and him were kind of looking at me like, "Hey, fuck you," and I'm thinking like, "Fuck me."
I kind of felt that too.
What?
That's what I'll say. I kind of felt that vibe, and also kind of felt the vibe where the dad was like, "My poor son, like you know, he's done nothing
wait.
wrong." I was getting a lot of weird vibes, but I did not get a lot of that shame or feeling sorry vibe. To be
Question.
honest, it felt like he did not care.
How are you getting these vibes? Like, was there a point where he went onto the stand and like talked, or
Well,
like
this
what?
is the
What
thing
are,
is
what
that
are
we
these
were
vibes?
in the
What are
same
these
room for an
vibes
hour.
coming
We are
from?
professional vibe catchers. So
Well,
if there is a
clearly,
vibe around,
you'll
we will
catch
be the
it.
ones to catch it.
Just like
Yes.
STDs.
No, we didn't hear him say a single word. Don't know what his voice sounds like. Nothing
Yeah, I
like
didn't-
that. We're
So
just
you
like
literally
making,
just sit there and they're like, okay, come back. Not you though. In November.
Well, they didn't didn't even tell him to come back either. It was basically
So not
like
you two, but you come
November
back.
8th, I believe he has to go back. He was also super late. Nobody cared.
Yeah.
That's really
I got
bad.
there. I was late
I
too,
woke
but
up
Well, I
at
like,
mean,
7
you're not
a.m.
the
to
one
get there.
on trial.
And I had to pay $9 for parking.
I paid $16
I
for
know.
parking.
When I heard you say that, I was like, bro, you got gypped.
You probably parked a little further away than me, but
Yeah,
I
like
saw the
$3.
direction you went, and I went in another direction. I didn't care where the fuck I parked because I still parked like 3-4 blocks away.
By the way, you
Yeah.
guys should have went to a nearby cafe called Bird's Nest. I
Really?
Really good. Anyway, sorry.
I thought about hitting Egg Slut, but I didn't do it.
Oh, you're such a
I was
slut
thinking
for
about going
that.
to Howling Rays after, but I was like, I don't want
For
to.
Love that we
breakfast?
all just have downtown food
Sorry.
ideas.
Sorry.
I was thinking about going to LA Cafe and getting the meatloaf. I've been
That's
to
so
LA
crazy.
Cafe
Whoa.
so many times
don't
that
like
I
that place.
actually got the meatloaf.
I actually love meatloaf, but I don't
Oh,
know
I
about
love
LA.
meatloaf,
LA
too.
I don't think I've
Cafe.
ever had meatloaf in
I'm
my
just
life.
saying
mom
that
makes
almost
really good
nobody has
meatloaf.
ever even noticed the meatloaf on the menu at
I thought they only
at
had
LA
like
Cafe.
sandwiches and paninis.
You think that until you notice that there's meatloaf
you
on
be.
there.
What
and
is
you
meat?
get
It's
it.
just like packed meat.
Oh, this is not what we're doing on this podcast. We're not explaining to a Russian immigrant what meatloaf is.
I don't know. All he eats is like Jello, fucking chicken
Oh
noodle
my
soup
god!
and shit.
People have been asking for me to have Adam and Lena do the video next,
100%
but I don't know
you
if
should.
Adam's diet would fit the
What
Russian.
video?
You should just have
Where we eat
Adam
Russian
throw
food?
up
Yeah,
on,
eat Russian
on
food.
camera.
I was hanging out with some Russian girls and we went out for borscht one time. And when I
Fire,
was in
fire.
Russia, and oh my god, it was so funny because these girls are acting like they're all excited to get food. They're all hungry and stuff. They get there and they're just
What is borscht?
It's a soup.
gross red soup.
Gross.
I didn't
Bro.
know.
Red.
It's like a delicacy. You guys are lucky. Well, if
Don't,
I had
don't
given,
tell me I'm lucky to eat any of the food you were giving me.
Is there a difference with your
Lord.
mom's meatloaf? Does she do it the Korean way or is it just regular meatloaf?
I think she does it the American way.
That's cool.
Yeah. She does
It's
a
cool.
pretty good job at it.
She out here assimilating.
Yeah, she does her best.
Should get your mom on here.
you do videos with your mom.
Yeah, but I
Reacting
have to do
to,
a lot
rap.
of translating. And if we can have someone subtitling the whole thing.
Hmm.
Yuri?
Live. That's a lot of
I'd have
work.
to know Korean, right? I'd be
is a
calling
lot
you
of
every
work.
second, like, hey, what is I don't want to say. anything,
What is kimchi?
but,
Also, I saw a really
fermented
funny-
fermented cabbage.
Yay!
There you go.
Good job. Someone said coleslaw is like the tangy kimchi or some shit like that.
I fuck with
Or
coleslaw,
the white
but
people
that's,
kimchi.
I ain't fucking with your coleslaw.
I
oh,
love coleslaw.
that white dude, that white old dude who raps all the rap songs. I ain't fucking with your coleslaw. He kind of says it with that accent too. The dude in the car, that white old dude in the car who sings all the popular rap songs.
Me?
You don't know who I'm talking about.
I don't
I'm
know.
like trying to
Oh
look
my
over
God.
and be like, who
Generic
is this person?
description.
Everyone's reposting his stuff right now, where he's just like in a
Everyone,
car.
Go follow GMAT Cash. He's way cooler.
Okay, never mind. I don't know
Anyways.
this guy's name.
All right, so basically that is what happened in court, and
You're a alleged killer.
I don't know
Jesus
if there's
Christ.
anything that we could really add that would make it more interesting, except that I mean, since he definitely is watching this,
I felt like
all I want to say
Please don't
is
come
that
in here.
I just want to know. I just want to know what the fuck was going on. Like
Yeah.
if he said, "Oh, I was fucked up on drugs. I didn't know what the fuck was going on." Blah blah blah. Okay, well at least I got a motive. You know, it's kind of boring.
Because people say they wake up from Xanax, nights, and they don't know what the hell they did that last night. So maybe it was like off Xanax or some shit. I don't
I
know.
could see
Definitely
that
don't.
for sure. You
I don't know
know,
about Xanax would be
But-
the right one.
no.
I was surprised
well,
to see that he was Filipino.
maybe.
I thought he was a Hispanic kid, but I was surprised to see that his dad was Filipino.
Did he get a concussion that night?
Oh yeah.
I don't know.
I don't
So
have
what
anything
about
to do
the
with it,
other
but-
What's
attempted
interesting
killers?
is that when your lawyer, the dude who was like defending you, when he was talking to the judge, I overheard them say something about broken femur and broken ankle, and I was like, what
Which
happened?
one's femur?
I was like, what happened to that kid? I thought they were talking about that kid, but I guess
Broken femur,
but I guess
broken
they were,
ankle?
but they were talking about the old dude who got hit by the car.
Oh yeah, because I'm saying nobody
yeah.
hit him in the leg.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I was like, but I thought they
that
were
would be excessive.
just broken legs.
So
and
what
arms.
about the other alleged attempted killers?
You know, I did get a call a couple of months ago from his public defender, basically just like asking me a bunch of questions about the whole thing. And the only thing I really remember is that as I told her the details, that she just kept going like, "Oh dear, oh jeez, oh my god!" Like she was like, I think she's supposed to be defending him.
Oh my god.
This is the other dude, for the record. This is.
There's
There
only
was a
two,
second
right?
incident, yeah,
I can't
two.
remember if there was 3 or 4.
The second incident was like 2 days later, and Big Boy was there, and that guy. I haven't heard anything since I had a conversation with his public defender, so I don't know. What
and
the
they're
fuck's going on.
both out within months, and just I feel like
This dude's been on the street the whole time.
you can just attempt the robbery in California and get out the next day, basically.
Yeah, it's
if you
crazy.
fail, you could just try again.
Everybody acts like the public justice system is so crazy.
But
I don't know. I'm looking at it like, geez, they
Exactly.
need to be a little tougher on motherfuckers, right?
even when we were calling the cops, they were like, "What's the problem? Like,
Yeah.
you got him on the ground, right?"
Remember that the cops told us that they didn't even want to come.
Exactly.
They were like,
What?
yeah, the cops were like, oh, so
We had to convince them, to convince the cops, like, "Yo,
You know what your
like,
problem
you have
is?
to come
You have
here."
to be a little Asian woman.
Oh my god.
I don't even know that would have made a big deal. Because I'm thinking, like, what are our options here? We're going to drag his body and leave it in the alley.
That's
He might
what I was
die.
thinking. That's literally what I was thinking. I
Or
was
the
like,
cops come and deal with it like fucking civilized human beings. And the cops are acting
insane.
like, oh, they don't even want to come. I'm like, are you
I
kidding?
feel like they could have at least transferred us to the fire department and they would send an ambulance or something. They were literally like, problem is solved, right?
I've been living
Like,
my
and that's
whole
it.
life scared of getting arrested for just random shit. And then
Same,
all of a sudden,
same.
you're just seeing how easy it is to get away with doing
Exactly.
the most overt shit on camera. It's mind blowing.
You can
Anyway.
attempt a robbery with a fake gun, which should be a big deal,
Was it
think?
even an attempted murder?
and get out the next day.
It's not attempted murder.
Well, yeah.
Kinda, almost.
I don't know what the rules are behind attempted murder, but
I mean,
Wasn't
he pointed a gun at his face and said, "Do you want to die?"
no, he said,
That
give me
was-
all your money.
And he said,
yeah.
"Do you want to die?"
Yeah.
As
that's
well.
attempted murder?
But you
kind
just-
of.
you
But
I'd
really-
be scared as fuck.
You
I don't
really,
know, man.
really get the feeling that whatever happens to him, it's just not going to be the most extreme version of what's going to happen. That it's like, to me, it seems like you probably should
Maybe-
go to jail for a little
maybe
bit
they're
if you
trying
do
to-
that. But
yeah,
it doesn't seem like they're going to give him the harshest treatment. I
yeah,
wonder if
I'm
he has
even-
a prior
I
record.
mean, our
Yeah, me
whole
too.
justice system is like so backwards and stuff like
Right?
that. Maybe like the jail aren't they always like over capacity and all that kind of
Someone
shit
should
too?
make a graph and like see what crimes give you like what time, and then you could just choose.
How about this? How about they give us Greedo and this kid goes in?
I'm down with that. Let's start
Whatever.
a petition.
Whatever. He needs to help me get some views if he's going to be back on the street. Because I just want to know. I just want to like have the conversation with him. I actually might save it. If I did have a conversation, I might save it for a future thing. that I'm
Maybe
working
he's
on.
not gonna speak publicly until this case is over.
That would make a lot of sense.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying
Yeah.
he should get
Maybe
in touch in general because it would be very interesting if it was something where he like was back to normal and he was just like a regular person and he was on drugs during it or whatever. I would have the conversation. Why would I be mad at him forever?
Maybe he's on bail. And there potentially could be some serious, crime or
Yeah, I
like or
think
some
that's
some
what it's called.
serious.
He's on bail.
yeah, exactly.
Probably.
Maybe he's
They
just
had
on
to
bail,
bail
right?
out
Okay,
when
okay.
something happens like that.
Okay.
I love that.
I thought he'd be sitting in jail. I thought there'd be like some officer bringing him in handcuffs, like
everything is so foreign
keeping him
to you.
away
This
from
is not.
Adam.
This is not the gulag. We don't have Vladimir Putin in
I
charge.
feel
You
like the
can't just
gulag has more rules than that courtroom. There was
That was a kangaroo court.
there was
All
no.
right, Yuri, get out of here.
Alright.
We're gonna
Should I
bring,
unplug this mic too?
no, we're gonna bring Courtney back
Okay.
on. Thank you, Yuri.
Courtney.
Everybody who's watching this has a clip, like, comment, subscribe. How many people we got watching? 3,000? I'll kill them all.
Please don't kill anyone.
No. 3,300 people listening to Yuri talk about going to court
Court.
with me this morning. That's so cool. Actually, you know what I want to admit? I ate a RX bar in court and just left the wrapper on the fucking
You should
bench.
be
You're
arrested.
a total savage. Maybe the case will get dismissed against him because of my poor behavior there. Am I the only one who saw Joker?
I did not see Joker, but I did go to Universal Studios Hollywood.
2 failures of human beings.
Tried
I don't like
Bootleg it,
movies.
wasn't
They're
up
too
yet.
long.
It's not up yet on the Pirate Bay?
No put lock in, no nothing.
Exactly.
Wow.
I feel you. That's the way that I'm
Why
on.
does that take so long now?
I mean, usually what they do if you want it instant is someone like you going in and taking the video with the iPhone.
That's what I was looking for. They ain't even have those.
I can't.
Oh,
I'm not-
I hate that
I
view.
shall not reduce myself to that. But it just feels. I guess part of the problem is probably that like there's not enough incentive for somebody to rip a movie as soon as it comes out and get like an official quality version because it's like you're not monetizing that, right?
I mean, what's the point of people doing it? Period, though.
Just the love of the game. That's
Actually,
why.
no. I think they monetize it. Like you put it on your weird ass website and it has all those click through ads
Nah,
and
you
shit
put
like
it on
that.
Pirate Bay. You can't put it on your own website. You're going to jail. I don't know. I feel
I
like
use websites like Putlocker and shit like
or they
that.
put it on the dark web or something.
What, Red Room? to watch the Joker.
It's the Joker in real life. You think on the dark web there's a room right now. Holy shit! And it's a guy dressed up as the Joker, and he's gonna kill a girl. I heard those red rooms are fake though.
Nah.
Ever
You been on there?
You been on the dark web?
I've been on the dark web, but I ain't been on no fucking red room. I feel like you gotta be
gotta
a
be a
different
sick
level of
fuck.
fucked up to even.
Mm.
Like,
TJX6 said he did it.
LimeWire was the red room back in my day. Like, you be looking for some Jada Fire or some shit like that, and you end up with a dude fucking a horse or some terrorists chopping a nigga head off or some shit
Yeah,
like
you're
that.
right. I was way too young to be seeing that shit.
You
I
got
seen
that
all
on
red room
LimeWire?
shit by
I've gotten
accident.
some weird shit. And I remember when you think you're downloading like a fire song and it's fucking Bill Clinton being
Oh,
like,
yeah.
I did not have sexual relations with that woman. And you're like, fuck, I thought I was gonna get the song.
I never even tried to go on the dark web. Is it hard?
Nah, that shit mad easy.
Really?
Mad easy.
Have you ever been on 4chan? That's low key the dark web.
No, it isn't. It's just
Kinda.
a stupid ass goofy forum.
Yeah, but it's kind of dark web. I feel it's dark
No.
webby.
That shit bright web as fuck.
Dark web is sort of like defined by the fact that you wouldn't go on it unless you wanted to get illicit shit that you couldn't get on other shit. Like
Or if you
as
just
in,
wanted to see what was on there too.
oh yeah, if you want to just look around, I guess I can understand that. Myself, I never felt the need to go wander. I heard about all the shit they got on there. I
Yeah.
don't even want anybody to even know I was looking at anything
Was
close to that.
what's Silk Road's part of the dark web, right? I mean, obviously
But
it's
that
done
shit got
now.
shut down forever. But are there
Duh.
mad different like drug arbitrages on there?
Yeah, most of them shits are rips. From
Really?
what I heard.
I heard that like if you order on there, that like such a huge percentage of the people using it are feds. That it's
Really?
like people are scared to use it because there are so many feds.
I remember in college we used Silk Road. It was like some of the best Molly I've ever done.
Thing is, a lot of that
FYI.
shit, the way it works, is like the site has people who sell shit. So when you order some shit, they reach out to their sellers and they ship it to you. But a lot of that shit is just people getting ripped off for heroin. But if you order like research chemicals, like fentanyl analogs and like Molly analogs and shit like that, a lot of that should be arriving. So I've heard.
No, I used to know dudes who were buying ecstasy pills and stuff off the dark web, and they told me that it would just come in an envelope with
No,
just
the
pills,
best part-
no kind of packaging.
Yeah.
For me, it was they would give it in birthday cards, and they
Yeah.
like package it like a birthday card, put the thing inside, and then put like streamer confetti in there.
One of the
That's how your dope used to come?
Yeah.
what were you were just getting Molly?
I was just getting like Molly. I think we got weed one time.
Probably nobody. You ordered weed off the dark
We wanted
web.
to try. I
She
lived in.
was
I was in.
dead ass,
I
by
was
the
in
way. I
London
was
during the
joking.
time.
And you were going to school in Northern California.
No, I said this was when I was in London.
Oh, in London, and you
Yeah.
ordered weed. Holy shit!
Yeah, and it would come like from Amsterdam and stuff. It was really cool.
Wow, that
Very
is
interesting
cool.
time in my life.
Probably.
And if I kept those bitcoins, I'd probably be a millionaire.
It's so crazy to think that you could go to Amsterdam and then just drive a car with a bunch of weed in your trunk to London. What's stopping you?
I don't think you can you?
I mean, why not? You're gonna get pulled over like once in a while, but for the most part, it can't be that hard, right?
I'm
And-
sure they have.
But then you go to London, it's a bunch of bunk ass weed. Ain't no Amsterdam weed.
Amsterdam weed is lit.
I mean, I assume.
Also, I don't even
It's
think
legal.
That
I don't
shit
think
was
you could
trash.
drive.
What?
I don't. Can you drive from Amsterdam to?
It's all Europe, baby.
Yeah, but I feel like England is kind of its own little island thing. Maybe there's a
Oh,
top you can come in
isn't
from.
it? Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Don't you have to
England's
get on a
kind of-
ferry?
No, you make
Yeah.
a left on La Brea and you cut all that shit out.
It's been so long since I fucking because I remember I did like a backpacking trip on our bikes, and then we had to get on this boat to get to London. If London's an island, and we're just finding out right now on the podcast, I'm gonna be
London's not an
pissed.
island. I'm talking about England.
That shit
England's not an
better be a
island. It's connected
peninsula.
on the top.
Is it, dude? I'm gonna be honest with you.
really bad.
Geography is
Yeah.
the worst thing for me. Like I don't know what. I was just in Minneapolis. No fucking clue where that
I
is
was
on the
in
map.
that.
Yeah, I
it was
just
really
found
weird.
out where
Is that
Detroit
St.
was.
Paul / Minneapolis? Is
Yeah.
that place?
I don't know what the fuck that is, but I know that we were in St. Paul.
Oh wait, Minnesota. I don't know. Did you know Russia is next to China?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. I guess I'm just a stupid one. I didn't know it was that. I didn't know it was connected because I'm dumb.
The two biggest
Whatever.
landmasses
All right.
imaginable.
All right.
Whatever. No, you want to know what? I just want to share this story because I love talking about my old days of doing criminal deeds. We ordered these credit cards, 2 different fucking crazy manners of packaging them. One time we got sent Pokemon card packs.
Ooh.
We go to open the Pokemon Go packs, and as we unseal it, not Pokemon Go, but the Pokemon packs, we realize that, and we see like there's a slip too that said that these were investigated by Customs. Customs opens up the Pokemon packs, looks into it, and just sees the cards, and they think, whatever. In truth, it was a whole pack of Pokemon cards and then 1 fake credit card.
Wow.
Just slipped in there.
Wait. So what is this? This is credit card fraud stuff?
Yeah, we were ordering the fake credit card blanks that had the names that would match our fake IDs so that we could like run up in stores and do whatever.
I can't believe you used to do that. It's so crazy.
So
Wild,
you guys
man.
didn't have an embosser?
We did, but this is at this time. No, we didn't have an embosser. At this time, we ordered cards with numbers that would match the actual numbers of the accounts that we're using, which is kind of like stupid. But we were also wearing fake IDs. I think
How old
at
were
that
you
time.
when you were doing this?
Like 20.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say I thought like dine and dashing was like my biggest like woohoo.
I did that too.
Yeah.
Badass. But the
Yeah.
other crazy way too is that like we ordered it. It came in a fucking it had like a bear and a picture frame and then a card, hella elaborate card, like written out like full length, blah blah blah. I love you, I miss you, all this crazy shit. So my homie takes the bear and he rips the bear open. And there's nothing in it. And he's like, "What the fuck? Did we get scammed?" Finally thinks of it. He takes the picture frame, starts ripping that apart, and like inside the fucking layers of the picture frame, the cards were
How many
stash.
cards was
crazy.
it for them to do all of that shit?
I don't know. I mean, probably like at least like 4 or 5 inside the picture frame. But it's smart putting it with the teddy bear because the teddy bear is the obvious thing. And if you like squeeze it or rip it open, you'd see there's nothing in it. It's a decoy. I don't know how they do it these days, but
Man, that's crazy.
bananas.
No, it's digital. So I've heard these days,
Yeah.
you just buy the numbers and then do all that shit yourself.
Yeah, we were pretty stupid. We didn't have access to a whole lot of information. Do you have any topics that we're supposed to talk about here? That's a no? Wow, I'm disappointed.
We didn't talk about it before. We didn't have pre-production.
We didn't.
Our pre-production is Courtney's coming, Yuri's coming.
Yeah, we didn't really prepare for this too much.
I mean, I know.
Holy shit, I have Selena Powell texting me.
Holy
Yeah,
fuck.
she look a lot better now. I don't know what the fuck she did.
Oh, yeah, the
but
boobs and the lips, right?
she
Huge
must have put some
upgrade.
lotion on or something. That bitch look real good now.
Sometimes you see a girl get plastic surgery and you're like, good idea. You
Yeah,
needed that.
great idea.
Yes.
That was great.
Shout out to GMAC Cash. He just posted me.
He was a little too bird
Do you like
before.
GMAC Cash?
What is that?
He's an artist that makes music that is very relatable, you know.
What?
Yo, is that the dude that made the shit
Relatable.
about
What a
the snow?
great way to describe it.
Yes.
Yo, I
and the
love-
potholes
yo, I love
and
that
the
nigga.
and Popeyes versus Chick-fil-A, all that stuff.
Yo,
very relatable music.
Potholes is like my favorite
Yeah,
fucking
fill up the
song.
fucking potholes.
So you're telling me that.
That's what I want to talk about. Yes.
So you're telling me that Selena Powell
Oh.
felt the need to hit me up because someone with 96 followers DM'd her. I work at No Jumper. I think I could convince Adam to let you co-host once a month if you want. LMK. She felt the need to send that to me. Someone's acting like they work for you, fam. I'm pissed.
She thinks that she's doing you a favor, and she kind of is.
Don't waste my time, Selena.
Well, I mean, I got a even weirder thing recently of someone getting scammed 50,000 or 5,000, one of the two, about, and he sent me the whole email thread
5,000 by somebody
what'd he
pretending
do?
to be No Jumper?
for someone pretending to be you, and it's
God,
like
that pisses me off.
adam22 dot something dot at gmail.com, and like it's so funny them pretending to be you. They're like, yo bro, I'm gonna be vlogging, so if I don't respond,
That's
it's really funny. I
insane.
kind of want to send you the email. It's
It's
actually
so
hilarious.
weird. Like 5,000. That's a lot to lose.
How did he finesse the 50K out of him?
It's better not be 50. It's
see.
got to
Better
be
not be
5,000.
Oh yeah, it goes almost got robbed 5K.
Oh, fine.
Almost.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel so little pity for these people because it's like, how basic of a skill is it to
Yeah.
get an email and then look at the email that it's coming from and think to yourself, is this really the real email?
Yeah.
And then when you see Adam22 promotion at gmail.com, doesn't part of your brain just think, oh, that's fake?
No, I don't think so. I don't. But I keep realizing time to time, common sense is not common. It's pretty uncommon.
Yeah.
There's a sucker born every day, and
Yeah.
apparently a lot of them are getting fooled out of money by No Jumper scammers. But hey, I think it's good that we're talking about it right now because we never really talk about this
Yeah,
on
guys, don't please stop DMing me asking if it's real. If
And-
you even have to question, is this real? It's probably fake.
air. And Adam at nojumper.com is the email that you can use if you want to get information about promotion. So we actually have it all figured out for you, and that's the only email you should be hitting up. So that's
The more you
How long
know.
have we been streaming?
52,
we can go a
not
little bit
bad.
longer. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
I know there's 6ix9ine shit we could probably talk about. I haven't kept up on the latest news. Have you guys? Or
I'm
want to talk
over
about it?
Daniel. I mean, like, whatever. I don't think there's anything. The only news that I really know about, oh, yeah, he's
Oh, yeah,
right.
Lil
The Peep
Peep.
thing is the one thing that we probably should talk about. Let me wrap 6ix9ine, though. 6ix9ine, like, they moved his court date up to December 18th, I believe it is.
They're saying he's probably out right now. He's probably walking the
No,
streets
but
right
he's
now.
about to be out.
That's insane.
He might be home for Christmas. They're
even-
treating this dude like a motherfucking Cinderella. Like he's you know, they're giving him every amenity available. Like they're getting moving his court date up because he wants. That's how helpful he was apparently to their
Well,
case.
they're like, oh, he was like, oh, I want to be out for Christmas. Let me out before.
I mean, maybe.
I would love to know what they feeding this kid.
You want to know what the food's
Skittles.
like in his section
Oh
of the
yeah.
jail?
I feel like he got ribs and all that shit, bro. He's killing it in
It's
there.
funny to
how does he
imagine
have his
him.
hair still
He doesn't, does he?
dyed?
It looked like it grew out.
Oh yeah.
And the shit, it was like a little rainbowy at the tips, I believe.
What if, and this is just a hypothetical, what if 6ix9ine gets out and because he was in PC spending hella time with all these trans people and shit, he's like hella woke and he's like, that's the way he gets back and he becomes like a woke icon and he's supporting all these LGBTQ prisoners that maybe he'll become a prison reform dude or like a Kim K style,
gonna
like
say with Kim K.
get everybody out of jail as like a PR movie.
So he's
type.
so the next
He
thing,
just got like 30 niggas locked up. He can't start reforming in prison after that.
Get a bunch of random dudes you don't know out of jail when you just caught all these guys who are.
yeah, you're right. That is pretty backwards of him.
I mean, that would be so crazy. Though,
I guess he could like get out, do a song with Caitlyn Jenner, and then work with Kim
She
on
produced
getting
music. That would be a good way into the family, though. No,
Yeah.
totally. The Kardashians, they don't give a shit. They'll probably kick it with 6ix9ine, right?
Nah.
Oh yeah, speaking of the Kardashians, is Yandi ever coming out or whatever the name of the album is
I
now?
heard that shit leaked on Spotify today or something.
Oh,
like
really?
Is there a I saw a video of people like reviewing the leaked version of it. I'm gonna be honest with you.
I've seen other people have that leaked version, just like how they've had the Eternal Atake for like months.
I don't really go for listening to leaks.
I'm
like
over
I
leaks.
listen to like if it's like a hot Cardi song or whatever, but I ain't really trying to hear like an unfinished Kanye album because then
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go and listen to the real Kanye album and have an actual opinion about it. I don't really want like the fake ass version I heard like tainting my
Yeah.
opinion after in a way.
I feel like something like a Kanye album, you have to listen to the whole finished product how he wanted you to hear it, not like this is a dumbed down version.
I don't really love the
Yeah.
God rap.
Kanye password must be password because
Password
this
1, 2,
nigga
3.
shit leak every 3 days. There's so many different shit of Yandi, like different playlists of
Yeah.
Yandi.
Have you heard any of it? I haven't.
I heard 4
The whole
different
thing.
Yandis.
Listen, answer this question for me honestly. How excited are you to hear a whole album of Kanye talking about God?
I like the quality of the choir, but I'm not so excited for them to be attached to Kanye. Like, I feel like he's arranging the shit out of it, and I'm gonna love all of the moments where he's not speaking. Everything around it is gonna
So
be kind of tight.
him-
Choirs are tight to me.
So him with the God is King stuff isn't winning your heart back.
Hell no, this nigga selling $90 Jesus socks. Ain't nothing pure about that.
I feel you.
You gonna burn in hell for that.
Because
listen-
people.
You
Should I
go.
go? Because he's telling me stuff I already know. Jesus is God.
You're into that?
We've talked about
No
this. And
judgment.
yes.
Okay, you're
Is that-
religious.
You
were mean
you
to
fuss
me
with
about
Jesus
it.
as well?
Say yes.
Not really.
That's fine. I don't care.
I thought I was gonna have 2 people on my side.
Okay, but
Apparently
listen,
not.
this is how I feel about religion. I don't believe in Christianity and shit, but if you believe in that and that helps you to live a good, positive life, then that's cool. I don't give a shit. I'm not interested in sitting here and have a conversation and be like, well, Kim, I don't believe that the Bible is real, or I don't think you should. You know, who cares? It's like, if religion helps you to lead a better life, cool. That's my attitude on it. As a grown up who's like, I'm an atheist, but I don't really care what other people are doing that much. My thing about Kanye is that he's talking about this Jesus shit, but then he's also saying all this crazy shit about the Republicans freed the slaves
That
and all
was
the
weird.
Trump shit and everything. To me, it seems like, if anything, the Christianity shit is kind of almost like a shield for him having these whacked out political beliefs that I 100% don't fuck with. So am I interested in listening to an album of him sort of like justifying the Republican Party and talking about Jesus side by side? No. I could fuck with an album that's about Jesus, but it's really all just a big old metaphor for living a better life and being positive and everything like that. That's cool. I can get into that a little bit. I've listened to like whatever, like plenty of rap albums over the years that are clearly inspired by the church or inspired by religion.
Yeah.
But you throw this like Trump thing in with it, and
You
it
think-
really kind of spoils the whole batch for me.
You think this album's gonna be about all the Trump shit and the Republican shit too? Because I thought this was clearly just supposed to be like, okay, this is a gospel album and praising the Lord.
I don't think they'll let him go super Trump with it. If and not that anybody else is really like controlling his output, but I feel like he's got to have a whole chorus of voices around him that are telling him to like rein it in when it comes to talking about the political shit. It seems like he only just like has these outbursts occasionally, like when he was doing the Sunday service the other day. But I mean, that's a wild shit about that, bro. He's got thousands and thousands of black people in front of him, and he's talking about Trump in a positive way.
Shut up, I haven't.
Nobody
seen that
gets
clip.
away with this.
I think Kanye is off the computer duster
Him
because
and Aaron Carter got the same batch.
they got the same plug.
They're
They-
hitting
they
up
go to the
Office
same,
Depot
yeah,
together.
same staples. But no, like, cause Kanye, like, this nigga want to talk about Republicans. He want to talk about God. He want to talk about bleach assholes on his T-shirt.
No.
Like, Kanye has too much of a wide variety of shit that concerns him that does not concern me in any way, and that's why I'm not hyped for this next Kanye album. Like, when he used to concern himself with shit that I just happened to be also concerned with, I was concerned about the album. But now
Yeah.
that it's all about God and, like I said, the bleached assholes and all of this shit and $90 Jesus socks and his beef with Nike and Drake and being scared that Drake might have fucked his wife, which is scary. Like, I don't want
That's
Drake
scary.
fucking nobody.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
trying to
I
be
live in
married
fear of
to
that
him.
every night.
Yeah, for sure, for
I
sure.
wonder. Did Drake get in there?
Sucks because I
That's why
think
I
Pablo
be
was
ugly.
probably like the last album that I really truly loved from him.
I feel like
I love that
this is the
album.
thing. Kanye has not let me down musically, really. You know, even though that little 7-song joint was sort of whatever
That
to
shit
me.
was ass.
Yeah, that was
I
kind
enjoyed
of
a little bit of it.
I enjoyed
It
the
wasn't
song.
like Pablo.
a song or
Jesus was
two.
the letdown too, bro.
Really, you didn't like Yeezus? I liked Yeezus.
I wasn't a huge Yeezus guy, but I didn't hate Yeezus.
Yeah.
I hated Jesus,
But
bro.
I feel like he hasn't entirely let me down musically to the point where I assume that the album's gonna suck. I just have signs that are making me question how much I'm gonna like it. And this is the other thing too, is that like I'm a mega Clips fan. I love Clips. I don't know how I feel about hearing Pusha and No Malice. Like I don't know what made Clips hard for all those years was that they were just talking street shit. I don't like if anybody can pull it off and like actually make God music sound good. I think Pusha and Kanye could probably figure something out. But I just have my reservations. And I say this as a white boy atheist, so I realize that my opinions are not the opinions of a lot of people who are going to be consuming this album. But myself as a fan, I have some reservations.
Pusha T is not leaving his coke at home. If anybody think he about to rap about some God, it's not.
Why are we saying this? Is he like is a track list out and he's on the album?
We just
or
know that he's
something?
on it. I guarantee he says something about the Coke being white and Jesus not being white. Like that's just
The coke white, but the savior isn't. Yeah.
yeah.
Did you guys listen to Travis Scott new song?
Nah, I actually didn't get to that yet.
Bro,
We really
fuck
did.
all of that. This nigga Tiger had on Travis Scott Jordan
I saw
1s,
that.
posted up in front of the Ferrari on some Bodman shit. Like, I got your
Bodman
bitch and
thing.
your shoes.
It seemed incriminating when they caught Kylie Jenner linking up with Tiger late at night once, but then they caught her doing it again.
Shut up.
But
The second
Tiger
time?
won.
Yes,
all
it was
the
a second
smoke.
time.
Tiger gonna have a picture holding the kid by Thanksgiving. He gonna be holding the baby.
Wasn't he like trying to say it was his at one point? I feel like I
that
saw
sound like
some.
some Soulja Boy
If
shit.
Ty-
Soulja Boy said it was his.
You think that she's gonna end up dating Tiger?
Yeah, they dating right now, bro. As we speak, they fucking.
Get close to the mic. Do you really?
You always come back to your first love.
You really think that was
Sometimes.
her first love? She was probably
Yeah,
in
she
love
was
with
like,
somebody at
Kinda.
like
she was
13.
like 12 when they started dating. For
Yeah.
sure,
More
that
like
was her
11.
first
They
love.
were together for like a year and a half or some shit like that, and she was underage.
I thought they were together for longer than that. No.
Yo, you know what's
Maybe
crazy?
not.
Everybody was on Tiger's head so fucking hard about the fact that he was smashing Kylie or dating and in love with Kylie when she was underage. But you see Ruby Rose on DJ Vlad the other day saying that 21 and Travis Scott both hit when she was underage, and they use like euphemisms. They wrote. Like Vlad for the title. I don't know if this was an agreement with her management or something, but it says Ruby Rose says that she dated Travis Scott and 21 Savage when she was younger. The bitch is like 20 right now. We know what age she was, and it wasn't 18. So I'm just kind of like, because she basically like accidentally aired that out when she did the No Jumper interview, and
Yeah.
I know Vlad probably saw that and decided like, I'm gonna get like the super explicit details about like rappers that she was chilling when she was underage, and she was like kind of standoffish about it, but she did say it. But apparently, I guess nobody gives a fuck.
That bitch is fine, bro. That bitch is fine. I'm not saying like if I run into some 16-year-old right now, like that's not my shit. But
Yeah, no, you can't do that,
Ruby
Courtney.
Rose
How old
bitch
are
is
you?
fine, bro. I'm a man of a certain age.
No, Ruby Rose bad for sure, but you definitely can't
Nah,
do that
I
when she's
wouldn't.
underage. That's
I
weird.
wouldn't. I wouldn't do that. But
Especially
how old
'cause
was Travis?
That's
and
the
them?
thing. I was thinking about it. I'm pretty sure Travis and 21 are what, like 28, 29, something like that.
No idea.
I think they're like grown ass men.
Yeah, let's say that they like 27, and she's what 20? How long ago was they? Damn.
She's
damn,
20
yeah.
now.
I
Bitch
think
was a kid,
20,
bro.
yeah. I mean, this is the thing: is that Vlad put that out. It ain't really in Vlad's interest to smear them or drag them or anything. But you know that like Jezebel seen that title, and they're doing their little investigative deep dive. The Ruby Rose story.
That shit is crazy.
I could think of some other girls that were in rap videos when they're underage too, but we don't talk about that. Not including Kim K in a Tupac video. I think we already talked about that though.
She did
Whoa.
a Tupac video.
Yeah, when she was 14.
Shut up.
Swear to God.
She's like a video vixen.
I don't know how much she
just
was
in
like a
it?
vixen or how much of it was sexual, but for some reason that came out like a couple weeks ago. That
But it wasn't like Brenda's got a baby and nothing. She was like, she was popping pussy or what?
If she was the girl having an abortion in a Tupac video, that would be a way bigger story, and I would super support that. Kim has no idea what Brenda has a baby like.
I never watched the video, but I know the song.
Actually, it's not even about abortion. She leaves the baby in the trash or some shit? Yeah, Jason's confirming, yeah.
She threw the baby in the garbage.
Brenda was grimy.
Yeah, Brenda was a weak-ass bitch for that.
Weak ass bitch. Brenda. She left at the fire department. You ever do that?
Do not look at me and say that.
You ever have a kid and just leave it at the fire
Nah, I
department?
need to know,
not.
have you done that shit? You got hella offended. No, I'm playing.
That's so offensive.
No, that is super
No.
offensive. But I mean,
Is
that's
that
like a
offensive?
thing that girls do
Yeah.
when they're too bitch made to put it up for adoption. Leave it at the fire. That's so grimy. The fuck do the fire? What does the fire department know about taking care of a baby? It's like the most dude-heavy place on earth. Bring it to the hospital. There's a lot of women working in the hospital.
Yeah,
Average fire department is
Well,
no
I
women.
mean, I don't think they like take care of the baby at the fire department.
No,
They
they do
probably
the right
transport
thing.
it to the hospital.
Right, but I mean, these dudes are just hanging out, sliding up and down that pole, having fun, dancing
There she
around.
goes sliding up the pole.
See, they don't know what the fuck. They have that guy there, the guy from the Village People is there. He's doing a seminar, and
I
now they
hate
got
you.
a baby to deal with.
You.
They're just trying to chill and eat pizza.
You just saying the firefighters sliding up and down the pole just making me think that they're in there stripping.
That's what they do.
I
Yo,
mean, yeah. Are you happy to see me, or is this just a hose, or whatever the fuck they say?
No, it's a banana. Is that a banana in your pants, or are you just happy to see me?
Whatever.
Is that a fireman's hose
Is
in your
that a
pants?
hose in there?
That's the kind of dick I'm trying to have.
Oh God.
so I had this crazy wormhole. My mind just went down when I saw you describe firefighters and then hit the YMCA shit. And then
You like that
I don't
one?
know how I arrived at this shit because I smoke weed, but I realized that this fucker Kid Boo has to rap, bro.
He has to rap.
He has to rap because he can't be a firefighter or nothing, bro. If I was in a burning building and that shit was going crazy and it was about to fall down, and then out of nowhere, this nigga looking how he looked comes out and he's like, "I'll save you." Like, nigga, no,
I
fuck
mean,
you won't.
so
Like,
you think Kid Boo's too ugly to be a firefighter?
I think
Bro,
he just means like the face tattoos
all
and
of
the
that
hair
shit, everything
and
he
the-
got going on, it's like
But-
this nigga has to be a rapper. He can't be shit else.
But that's how I feel
Like, I
about
don't
a
want this
lot
nigga
of
cooking my food. There's a
kids
lot of
these
niggas out
days.
there that just have to.
At this point, like,
At
what
this
can-
point,
you
like
know?
once you, and that's why I feel
Kid Boo's like 35.
nigga got to rap now.
Exactly.
Can't do shit
It-
else.
yeah,
he has
it
a
makes
song
me-
with Got It.
Who?
Oh,
Lil Gotti?
Got It. I didn't listen to it yet, but that's
How does
crazy.
he keep fooling people?
I
into
mean,
doing
Got It probably
that?
needed a check.
Bro, I know Gotti taxed his ass for sure. He
Got
had
It probably
to-
went and got a new bag.
of Percocets.
You gonna have to say on
Or Adderall. That's
Gucci
what
bag
he's
full
on
of
now.
perks. There's my bar on my Migos style verse. I'm gonna drop Gucci bag full of perks.
Huh.
No, Lil Gotti gonna say something like, "Oh, that'd be so funny if he did the Kid Boo feature," and then he like rapped about it and said like, "Do Kid Boo for the feature," because that's how
that
he
probably
raps.
wasn't even him.
That's like Lil Gotti's whole flow.
Yeah, my friend who's a music video director just asked me today if she should write the treatment on that song, and I was like, absolutely not.
What song?
I don't know if it's the Lil Got It song, but a Kid Boo song in general.
Hell nah.
The best thing. Nah, Kid Boo's whole career is doo doo.
Did I ever tell you about the time he wanted me to DJ his album release party when he
Yeah.
used to be HXTXGX?
Humongous the God. That's when he used to harass me constantly. You want to know actually the funniest shit I ever seen? Kid Boo was in back of the store and they was about to shoot a rap video, right? Like this is actually, you know what it was? It's a vlog called $1,000 worth of lean spilled on the ground. That's the title of it. I think it has mad views. And it's like, basically they were shooting a video with Rizzo and all them behind the store. And Kid Boo was so weird. He's like trying to roll a wood, but he like don't know how to roll a wood and shit. And so he says to this one gangster dude there, he says like, "Hey man, is it cool if I roll up on your trunk?" And the fool just looks at him and is like, "What?" And he just goes, "Can I roll up on your trunk?" And the guy just goes, "I ain't never heard somebody say some shit like that. You can do whatever the fuck you want." Like, the guy was just so like dismissive and confused because it's like, can you like put your hands over my car to roll up? Like I guess.
Just dust shit off when
Why are
you're
you
done,
even
you weirdo.
wasting your fucking oxygen saying that to me? Whatever.
I mean, some people treat their car like their baby. Who knows? I don't know.
Man, listen, all I'm saying is you were around a bunch of gangsters. Act like this ain't your first blunt.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like that's something I would say. I would be like, is it okay if I...
Yeah.
I would
and
expect that, though.
and it would make sense coming from a little Korean girl. Like, can I roll up a blunt on your car? Like, yeah, okay.
I don't have that
Your
accent,
Korean
but okay.
accent is ass.
Yeah, I was going to say, I don't
I've
sound
never
like
been
that.
there. I gotta go.
Yo, how is Korea? Is that the place that had the cat cafes, or were you in Japan?
Oh, that was Japan, yeah.
You
They weren't cats.
You've
They were
known
like all
about
kinds of different.
the Cam Girl Instagram?
Oh,
yeah,
you had a cat cafe?
Yeah.
Oh.
Is that where you?
Yeah, I saw it on.
Oh,
like,
I didn't
your
know we were
page.
like friends before.
I
Yeah,
did a vlog.
that was in Japan. I think they have them in Korea too. They have a lot of like animal cafes and stuff like that.
In Japan, we went to a sick one. I actually did a vlog there, and I forget what all the animals were called and stuff, but they were like little.
Did you go to the owl cafe?
There
I
were
wanna
owls
go, I
there,
want
I
to go
believe.
to that one. The
So
weirdest
tight.
one I went to is a porcupine cafe, and then I was holding a porcupine, or is it a hedgehog? One of those, and then it got a boner really quickly, and it
Damn.
like like its dick shot out, and it was like red, and it was like another foot, and
How
like
long?
really well, like okay, if its legs are this long, the boner was like this long.
Oh, so it wasn't a foot long. It was like another.
It was another foot. It
Oh.
was like it had 5 feet, and I was
Okay.
like, ah, the dog.
Man,
I thought the
dropped
porcupine
it.
backed out a 12-inch on you just now. I was about to say that is spooky.
I'm
Yeah, that would have
kinda-
been way too big.
I'm kind of like scared of animals in general. Like any like you know, I can be around like a little dog or a cat or whatever is cool, but as soon as I'm around like a big animal that I feel like could do some damage, I get kind of freaked out. But I'm gonna be perfectly honest, I'm really freaked out by animal dicks. Like whenever I've seen a dog get a boner, it's just like oof,
Yeah,
like,
dog boners are scary.
Turns my stomach. Like I don't want to see that. It's so
That shit looks like it hurts, dude. That shit
Yeah.
looks
Very red.
very tender.
because it looks
Pause.
like a person who's had all the skin removed from a part of their body. I'm so glad my dick doesn't look like a dog dick.
For sure, man. Same here.
I wish I could agree with you guys.
Oh my god.
Anyways, should we talk about Lil Peep?
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to do it, even though it's a weird transition.
Sorry, guys.
Reset. Yeah. So it came out today. Now, for anybody who read the Rolling Stone article that came out
Ooh, I did
maybe
read that.
6 months ago, it painted a really bad picture of some of the people involved with Peep's management / label. And for anybody who knows, it's like the people that he works with, label management wise, they signed him like hella early in his career. Basically gave him like a house that became like the GBC flop house where everybody was staying and shit. Like they filmed, I think, like the Witchblades video and stuff right there. So basically, like they signed him early on, could tell that he was going to be something. This is like pretty early on when he hadn't really established much. And they, you know, gave him money, signed him, helped him to like get his career going, tour, whatever. And then it basically came out after he passed that the girl who was in charge of this management company or who owned it or whatever, she was A, fucking him, B, supplying him with
Whoa.
Xans, and like basically like overall creating like an environment where they were sort of overworking him and, you know, giving him drugs. And one of the accusations I read today in the New York Times article about this is that she gave him a whole bottle of Xans at a birthday dinner.
Damn.
Now
The woman in charge of that label
yeah,
or whatever.
I forget her name, but like
I do remember the name, but I don't remember them saying that she was fucking him. I thought
Yeah,
I
that's
heard
part
a
of it, too.
different story of someone on that
I think
team
in the
fucking
Rolling Stone
him.
article it says that she was fucking him, but in the lawsuit that Peep's mom filed, she specifies that this woman was fucking him. I don't even remember her name.
Isn't she the lady that also signed 2-4, who used to also be Peep's ex-girlfriend? That's a very interesting.
I do think it's the same label.
dynamic.
That is interesting. You're right, but I'm
Anyways.
going to avoid that for now. But
Yeah.
and I'm not saying that this woman was necessarily like fully guilty, because I do think that this is kind of a complicated case, regardless of like the truth of the claims that we read in the New York Times today and shit.
Yeah.
But basically, it's like the mom. There were no criminal charges, because this is not like a situation like with the Mac Miller thing where they arrested the actual people that sold Mac Miller the drugs. With Peep's thing, it's like the drugs that killed him, he got a bad batch, which I think Mac did too. But they're not. I don't believe that there's any lawsuit against the fan that gave him the bad Xans. This is just an overall lawsuit saying that they created an environment that basically led to his death and was irresponsible, given the fact that he was so young and these are the people who are supposed to be taking care of him and watching over him. I saw a ton of comments when I tweeted out the link to it that basically were trying to characterize his mom as being just a money grubber or whatever.
I don't get that vibe from his mom at all.
I'm not taking sides in all this, but I
Yeah.
think that that's a way oversimplistic way to look at it, because I think that like the odds of her making a bunch of money on this are probably pretty low.
Yeah.
B, it does seem like a situation that not only in Peep's case, but I've seen a lot of artists where it's pretty clear that the management, the label, whatever, are in some cases maybe fostering their drug addiction,
Yeah.
at the very least ignoring it. Like, you see this all the time. And in the Peep situation, because they, for whatever reason, were able to get access to all of the cell phone, all the texts and everything like that, they're able to actually document and see the way that this management company might have been, you know, behaving in a way that was like totally inappropriate. And this is the kind of thing that like there never would have been evidence before cell phones that this kind of thing was going on or whatever. And like, I don't know, it's just interesting when you see these high profile deaths, all of a sudden there's a lot more coming from them. It's not just they did drugs, they died, and people got to take it on the chin. It was their choice. It's like now they're actually, whether it's a lawsuit like this or a real criminal case like what they're doing with Mac Miller, it's like they're trying to hold people accountable for people who are giving people drugs, and especially bad drugs.
So this case is, they're trying to sue the label?
The mother, Peep's mother,
Is trying to
is
sue
suing
the
the
label,
management company. Yes. What are your thoughts? Because I know from my perspective, probably like the default argument that a lot of people are going to go with is a drug addict is a drug addict, and you can't really do that much to make them not be doing what they want. And, you know, I'm sure part of the argument that they're going to make is Peep was addicted to Xanax, so Peep probably needed some amount of Xanax to like even just get through the day to be able to do his shows, et cetera, et cetera. But the lawsuit is going to say, you should have been looking out for him enough that you should have been getting him into rehab if you knew he was addicted to a whole bunch of shit. And then when you hear about something like her giving the whole bottle of pills at a birthday party, I mean, that's pretty fucking
weird.
damning. That sounds bad.
That's like the biggest thing that she has, like back in her case, the birthday gift of Xans.
That was what documented in like these texts or whatever.
I'm not sure exactly what the evidence is.
I need to read up on this.
I mean, there's totally a chance that we're going to hear, you know, the other side of the story. And I mean, I know one of the dudes who's involved with this thing, and I know for a fact that throughout Peep's career that he was very concerned with Peep getting better. And, you know, it's like, at the end of the day, if you're in business with someone who's a drug addict, you know, you could paint a picture of somebody as being heartless, but at the end of the day, your investment is much safer if you're helping them to get to a better place. Like, you know, if you're somebody's manager and you're even slightly thinking about the long term, you should be thinking about having them get to a healthy place. Because realistically, if somebody's a drug addict for many years, something's going to happen to them, or they're going to fuck up all their money, or you know, whatever. But so when I look at him, I tend to give him the benefit of the doubt because I do know that he was making a good effort to make a change in Peep's life. The thing is, if he had really pushed, if he had said, I'm not going to manage you anymore unless you stop doing drugs, what do you think is going to happen? You're going to get a new manager. And that's kind of the troubling part about this.
It's just crazy because with artists, it's like, well, you kind of treat them like babies because it's like you have to give them everything that they want, but at the same time, you can't let them indulge too much. And then like, I don't know, they're kind of like big babies that you have to like take care of and do everything for them. But then, I don't know. Especially like with drugs involved.
Yeah, the whole drug thing, if they weren't going to send him to rehab, I guess if they were providing him with stuff, they didn't provide him with no fake shit. He would have got sold some fake shit a lot sooner if they would have just been like, nah, go find it yourself, you know?
I mean, and that's what he's doing, though. Like, in that situation, the Xans that killed him were the ones that he got from a fan.
Yeah,
it's like
they can't prove that the label was the only one supplying him. He was getting that shit from everywhere, probably, so...
But the fact that they have, like, documented incidents of somebody from the label giving him drugs, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's intense.
I think it's really fucked up that they're trying to like paint his mom in like this light of like.
I mean, that's just the fans and shit.
But I thought I mean, I don't know. I've seen so much of this like, the fans fighting with each other and whatnot. But like, I thought they were mostly on his mom's side.
You got to think about it from his mom's perspective that she probably views it as just her son was taken advantage of by a bunch of older people, and that they profited off of him living a lifestyle that ultimately killed him. Yeah. And that they didn't really take enough steps to try to make that right. And, you know, when I think about it, there's a lot of different artists. I'm not going to say anybody's names because it could get real tricky real quick, but there's a lot of artists that I know that if they were to drop dead tomorrow, we probably would see some shit very similar to this because there's people on their management teams that probably have documented text messages and stuff like that that would show that they help those people get drugs in probably illegal ways, large quantities, etc. I don't know. It's a question of if we're going to keep seeing more and more stuff like this. And if you have parents that feel like they've genuinely been taken advantage of by the music industry, people in the music industry, I mean, it's pretty logical.
I just feel like there's no like good outcome in any of this because at the end of the day, someone that someone loves is now gone.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, R.I.P. Lil Peep, man.
Yeah,
R.I.P. Lil
literally.
Peep. That's, I don't know. I mean, I feel like we have to talk about it to a certain extent because as much as like we knew Peep and we knew him just to be a good person, there's like a desire to sort of avoid even having a conversation, anything related to anything that happened to him, just because it almost feels like it's in bad taste to even talk about it. But I do think it's important to talk about just because of the fact that this is a situation that could end up happening a lot going forward.
Yeah.
You know? So, yeah, we'll end that sad part of the story right here. R.I.P. Lil Peep. And
R.I.P. Peep.
we'll be watching, possibly keeping you guys updated on all this. But I guess if I had to say anything, it would be don't be so dismissive. Like, I just didn't like reading on those comments that were immediately so dismissive of his mother, as if she just has to be.
Just if she gets his money, if she gets any money out of this, she's not getting her son back. So it's like, she's not.
A lot
Not
of these
making her
people that
happy.
are leaving comments don't even have kids,
done with
dude.
these
So you can't
comments.
expect them to have a valid output
But
or
hey,
input in anything.
to end it on a more positive note on this Peep thing, the Everybody's Everything.
The documentary.
Documentary's out, so
It's
everyone-
out?
I'm pretty
It's
sure
in
it's
theaters? I've seen the trailer, but
I'm pretty sure it's in theaters. I don't know. Do we have like a confirmation from Yuri that can maybe look it up on Google? I think it might be out. I saw some trailers and I saw people posting about maybe it's not out, but it's coming out soon.
I mean, I'll go out of my way to see that shit if
Yeah,
it's
so
actually
everyone
out.
should
yeah.
go check that out when it comes out.
Yeah, well, that is a positive note to end this.
Yeah.
Let's talk about something that's not as depressing and fucked up. Huh? November 12th.
Everyone go check that out. Is that so when they say
That's Rolling Loud.
theaters? November 12th is Rolling Loud in New York?
Yeah, I think.
Oh, well, I'm not gonna be there, so I will be at the screening. When they say in theaters, do they mean like select theaters, or is it gonna be like a?
It's definitely, yeah. They
I
put
don't
that
know.
in fucking every AMC
I wish
across
it
the
was.
country.
I
That'd be
wish it was
crazy.
at every AMC. That's how much I like Peep.
What are some more positive things we could talk about? Should I look at the blogosphere?
The blogosphere. Thought I saw some shit.
Oh my God, Aaron Carter. I just seen him on a motorcycle with a face tattoo, and the caption says, "Come at me, bruh." Posted 14 seconds ago.
He looks pale as shit.
Oh my God. I don't have any interesting DMs, so I guess, yeah, maybe that is it.
I thought I saved something interesting. Maybe not.
No, it didn't happen. You're lying. All right. Are you gonna live stream afterwards by yourself? Elephant in the room. Little house phone wasn't here.
Oh yeah. If you guys didn't notice,
This is not Little House Phone, and it's not Mall.
it's not Mall, by the way.
Little cell phone.
Yeah. So House Phone isn't here.
Oh,
But
that's interesting.
I will be live streaming, and also I have new merch. You guys check this out. This cool hoodie that says Cam Girl on it. Everyone should go buy it on my website, link in bio.
Well, that is cool.
It's cool, and also look at this matching. Everyone, and if you want to zoom into this sticker.
Can't really zoom from the computer.
So yeah, guys,
I like it.
that's been
I would stick it out and hang out with you on the live stream,
all
but
good. You don't have to.
I'm fucking stressed.
Leave. Get out of here.
I'm gonna get out of here. This has been the No Jumper Show, number 12. Shout out to everybody who watched this. I promise the energy level will be even higher next time. Shout out our boy Courtney for coming through.
Our energy was low. I thought it was pretty good. Should I be
Yeah.
like more like woohoo?
No, I feel like honestly the Peep thing was just so sad and depressing that it kind of like bummed me out talking about it. And it was like a weird way to end it, and then we couldn't think of a
We
more
had to
positive
talk
thing
about
to end
it.
it. Yeah. Okay. Well,
Everyone, stay tuned. I will be listening to your music on live stream here.
and how many Twitter followers you at?
A whopping
50 million.
369.
Well, that's pretty good though because he was at like 100, and then he had a viral tweet, and then he blew up to
How
369.
did you two meet? Should we get off there?
No,
so
we're
you
gonna
can tell
talk
me?
about that some other time. What
Fine.
Because we have a great story, but it's just not really. It's not podcast stuff. Wait, but
You guys,
359. I feel like I think we're gonna hit 500 this time.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Easy.
How about
Almost
you
correct.
retweet me every 3 hours and follow my IG and like 4 pictures?
Damn, is it almost crib on Instagram too?
Nah, I'm gonna tell you it offline.
you don't want to say it online?
Nah, cause I'm a graphic designer, you know. So
You just don't want people to know. Wait, Fuck, I forgot what I was going to say. I feel like being on 4 hours sleep has really negatively affected my podcasting today. I'm going to be totally honest with you
Really?
because I like
Sleeping is good.
completely forgot what I was saying earlier during the Ryan Holiday interview, and we had to like edit out me just like talking about the fact that I couldn't remember what I was saying.
I hate doing like shit like that.
I got to get off camera.
4 hours of sleep, how many days in a row?
It's just last night. I just got like a terrible night's sleep. I got off a plane and I couldn't make myself go to sleep, and I was just fucking tossing and churning. I know 4 hours doesn't sound 4 hours doesn't sound bad to a lot of people. From me, I don't know.
4
that shit's
hours, I
horrible.
would be dying.
I'm so
Fuck
used to
that.
7 at least.
Yeah, I need at least 8, 9, maybe.
All right, No Jumper Show number 12. We'll be back next week. Appreciate everybody watch this.
Stay tuned.